Vancouver real estate market update for February 2022. I'm going to quickly show you what's happening in the Vancouver and area's real estate market, and then I'm going to show you how you can see all of the same supply and demand and pricing information for your own specific community or neighborhood. So let's dive in. So the first thing I'm going to look at here is the number of new listings for sale that have come to market each month for the last 4 years. You can see that typically this follows the same kind of seasonal pattern, except for in 2020 here, when the pandemic first hit. This dark blue line shows you there's a huge drop in the number of listings coming to market for a couple of months, and then it kind of came back a little bit higher than normal. In 2021, you can see that big drop in the spring was made up for here in the spring of 2021, and then the number of new listings again kind of returned closer to normal. And here in January 2022, you can see that the number of new listings are down about 2% versus the average of the previous 4 Januaries. So number of new listings are about typical for this time of year. Meanwhile, sales are really strong. So on the right-hand side of the slide, you can see that the bright blue line for 2021, number of sales are up significantly versus a typical year for each month. And in January 2022, sales are up 33% versus the previous 4 Januaries. So sales are really strong right now in the Vancouver area. Meanwhile, there's not as many new listings coming to market, which means the overall number of homes for sale, or the total inventory here on the left-hand side, is very low. So you can see what it would typically be for each month of the year. Right now, there's less than 6,000 homes for sale in the greater Vancouver area, which is down about 33% from where it would typically be for January. So not a lot of homes for sale makes it very difficult for buyers and gives sellers an advantage because they have less competition. If we look at months of supply, so this is looking at supply and demand together to say, okay, given the amount of inventory that's currently available for sale, how many months would it take to sell through all of that? In Vancouver, there's 2 and a bit months of supply available, which is down about 56%. So again, not a lot of months of supply available, which really favors sellers right now and makes it very difficult for buyers to be able to find a home and that they want to buy. A lot less options to choose from. So that's supply and demand, but what's happening with prices? Well, overall in prices in Vancouver for the last 16 years or so, you can see prices have been going up very consistently, as everyone knows. There was a little dip here between 2018 and 2020, but since 2020 or even the end of 2019, prices have been going up very strongly. The first half of 2021 saw prices go up very quickly. They leveled off towards the end of 2021, but have started going back up again now. So setting new record highs every month for the last number of months. So price is doing really well in Vancouver, but what's really important is that you look at these pricing trends and even the supply and demand trends for your specific neighborhood, because it can really differ neighborhood to neighborhood and for different property types. So for detached homes versus apartments. What we're seeing at Bōde is some of our sellers are selling very quickly in the Vancouver area. This is an example of a seller who just sold with us the other day. They sold 2 times faster than the market, so the market's already selling really quickly. Our sellers are selling even faster right now. She managed all of the offers herself, multiple offers, as would be typical, in just a few days, and managed to reduce her commissions by 40% or almost $10,000. So we're seeing some great results in the Vancouver market. If you want to take a look at the data that gives you, tells you what's happening with your own home value, you can find all of that data for free on our website, Bōde.ca. So here's where you can see what's happening with supply and demand for homes like yours in your neighborhood. You can find all of that data on our market data page. If you want to see what homes around you are selling for, you can find out all the sold prices on our sold data page. And finally, if you want to see some comparable homes to yours, you can go to our comparables page. You can enter a few short bits of information about your home and see the most similar active listings, as well as the most similar recently sold listings. So check all of that out at Bōde.ca, and we'll see you again next month.